very good day to you. This is Abuja Today, the program that lets you in on all the current happenings in Abuja on your first digital Pan-African network, TOS TV. I am Ruel Panawo. The national identity number is now mandatory for transactions such as the opening of bank accounts, payments of taxes, and voters registration. This was said by the federal government on Thursday. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, said this in Abuja while hosting the newly elected National Executive Council of the Association Telecommunications Companies of Nigeria. In his address at the meeting, Pantami told his guests that the government has needs to ensure that all citizens in Nigeria had their various NINs. He added, so we've come up with so many policies trying to ensure that our citizens obtain the number. It is important beyond SIM registration. It is important for whatever you do because it is the primary identity of our citizens. Nigeria's telecommunication giant, Nine Mobile, has commenced the National Identification Number registration exercises in select experience centers in Abuja and Lagos. The new development follows the federal government's approval granting telecoms a license for NIN enrollment to ease the pressure of large crowd turnout at the various enrollment centers of the Nigeria Identity Management Commission, NIMC. According to Udodovic, 9 mobile experience centers offering NIN registrations include 43 Adeola Odeku, Victoria Island, Lagos, 31 Marina Road, Marina, Lagos, and Royal Plaza 23 Road by 402 Junction, Festac Town, Lagos. Others are 9 Mobile Regional Office, number 8 Kikuyi Close off Aminu Kanu, Wuse to Abuja, and plot 1774 Adesokumbo Ademola Crescent, Wuse to Abuja. Billionaire businessman and former member of the House of Representatives, Prince Ned Nwoko, has raised the alarm over alleged plans to take his life and that of his wife, Regina Daniels. Nwoko, at a press conference in Abuja on Thursday, accompanied by Regina, said he had alerted the Nigeria Police Force and the Department of State Services. He linked the threat to the ongoing struggle for kingship of his native community in Delta State and tussled over a piece of land on which he was planning to build a private university. The petition, a copy of which was made available to journalists, was addressed to the Inspector General of Police dated November 12, 2020, received on November 17, 2020, entitled Leaked Information on Dangerous Plans to Attack, Kill Me. I was reliably informed by my wife, Regina Daniels, who was also informed by one Mr. Wale Jana that the suspects who were arrested and remanded at the Kudio Correctional Center in connection with the murder case in my village are plotting to cause me harm and possibly kill me. In apparent reflection of the excess liquidity in the banking system, banks borrowing from the Central Bank of Nigeria through the standing lending facility fell by 98% year-on-year to 15.95 billion naira in November 2020 from 662.44 billion naira in November 2019. Consequently, the Apex Bank's interest earnings from the SLF fell sharply to 75.6%. By 75.6%, to 90 million naira in November 2020 from 370 million in November 2019. On the other hand, banks' deposits into the regulated standing deposit facility, SDF, grew year-on-year by 6% to 726.98 billion naira in November 2020 from 443.63 billion naira in November 2019. Disclosing the economic report for November 2020, the CBN said deposit money banks and merchant banks continue to access the standing facilities window to square liquidity positions in November 2020. The trend at the CBN standing facilities window showed more frequency at the SDF window compared with the SLF due to the banking system liquidity surfeit. Total interest earned was 0.09 billion naira. Total SDF granted during the review period was 726.98 billion naira, with a daily average of 38.26 billion naira in 19 transaction days from November. The acting Auditor General for the Federation, Adolphus Agugu, said on Thursday that his office lacks the constitutional power to audit the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigerian Ports Authority, and other big federal agencies. Agugu said this when the Senate Public Accounts Committees screened him ahead of the appointment confirmation by the Senate. The acting AUGF assured the lawmakers that he would look into the issue of non-auditing of the service-wide votes. He said the workers of the agency were working under tedious conditions as there was not enough staff in the office to carry out required tasks. More news from the Federal Capital City after the break. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, Nigerian Football Federation (NFF), and Sports Writers Association of Nigeria (SWAN) FCT chapter have expressed deep shock at the sudden and unfortunate exit of aged journalist OLUSEGUN OGUNJIM. OGUNJIM, a staff of The Nation and Sporting Life newspapers who was full of life, was said to have slumped inside his house on Wednesday morning and was later confirmed dead at a hospital in Maraba, a bubbling suburb outside FCT. "We lost a very good friend. He was objective and unbiased in his journalism. He cross-checked and balanced his stories before reporting. May God be the guide to those he left behind," said NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohammed Sanusi. The SWAN FCT Chairman, Comrade Ndubueze Chidioka, who is still visibly shattered, said he lacks words to pour out his feelings. OGUNJIM served as the treasurer SWAN FCT until his death. He was the liaison assistant FCT to Sir Honor Sarawu, national president SWAN. The burial arrangement will soon be announced by his family. The House of Representatives on Thursday set up an inquiry into the quality and quantity of arms and ammunition purchased for security agencies in the country for the last 10 years. The House announced the probe at the inauguration of an ad hoc committee mandated to review the purchase, use, and control of arms, ammunition, and related hardware by military, paramilitary, and other law enforcement agencies. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Olaide Akinremi, in his opening remarks, claimed that Nigeria spent an estimated sum of $47.387 million in arms importation by 2019. Arguably, the International Trade Center ranks Nigeria 4th in Africa and 52 in the world in arms importation, he said. Akinremi said the committee had commenced its legislative process of evidence gathering towards accomplishing this legislative assignment. The federal government has threatened to stop the salaries of non-teaching workers of the universities for going on an indefinite strike. Minister of Labor and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, noted that Section 43 of the Trade Dispute Act 2004 and the International Labour Organization statutes permit the government to stop the salaries of workers when they are on strike. It said the government would not hesitate to set the laws if the unions failed to observe the rules, aiding social dialogue. The minister noted that the declaration of strike during negotiation was an act of intimidation not allowed in labor negotiations, as doing so employees are tying the hands of their employers to the back. He said this in his opening remarks during a social dialogue between the unions and the federal government on Thursday. Research findings have revealed the decreased state of water, sanitation, and hygiene services in primary health centers in the Federal Capital Territory and Niger State in September 2020. Nigeria Health Watch conducted an assessment of WASH services in PHCs in the FCT and Niger State to gather relevant evidence to help improve WASH in healthcare facilities in Nigeria. The evaluation was conducted in partnership with EPI Africa in 62 PHCs using both qualitative and quantitative methods in Niger State. 50 PHCs were assessed, while 12 PHCs were assessed in the FCT. Across urban and rural communities, some findings show that 25% of the PHCs assessed in the FCT pay for water from their budgets, 58% experience interruptions in their water source, and 83% do not have infection prevention and control protocols followed by health workers. Speaking at the presentation of the findings in Abuja, Managing Director at Nigeria Health Watch, Vivian Ihekwezu, said the country is striving to meet SDG 6 by 2030, and one of the objectives of the assessment is to provide evidence for action to drive quality improvement in the provision of WASH services in PHCs. President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday gave automatic employment to 110 former members of the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) and the Federal Civil Service, as well as scholarships for postgraduate studies up to doctoral level in any university in Nigeria. Speaking at the virtual 2018-2019 President NYSC Honors Award ceremony at the State House Conference Center in Abuja, President Buhari also announced cash rewards for the ex-corps members. He gave directives to the relevant government agencies to ensure timely timely implementation of all the incentives for the awardees. President Buhari's NYSC Honors Award was instituted to reward excellence among corps members with outstanding performance during their service year. Thank you for watching Abuja Today. Do follow us on social media at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TOS TV Network. I am Ruel Panawo. Bye for now.